Hi guys, so this is the first ever episode of my podcast. Well, podcast I decided to start, so this is the name of it. It's called the Hyper Otaku Podcast. Okay, this is episode 1, but it's just going to be named episode 7 of my series. So I hope you like the actual cover because it was made by me, kind of. I actually literally just copied some actual logos, and I tried to make the otaku circle-ish, but I ended up just you know, giving up after that one, so I just made everything square after that. So it was pretty easy. And so I'm just gonna do one thing related to this. So I was gonna read the back of the book, and I was gonna show you, well, a book and an anime. I can do just an anime one, and I can also do just a manga one. I do have a couple manga I can show, and I'll start with the manga. So let me just see. So switching to this camera, this is the manga, the first volume at least. It's called Yokai Girls Volume 1. And there you go. So, going back here. So, and let's see. So now just let that go on. So the back of the manga, I actually haven't. I've only read up to volume. I've only read a couple volumes, and so the back of it says, 20-year-old virgin, the main character, can't pronounce his name. Hey, I never said I could pronounce people's names, but it's Nishizuru Yatsuki. Wow, okay. Has always considered himself a fairly normal guy. He's a high school graduate, works a part time job, and hangs out at a maid cafe. He does have one special ability: he can see yokai spirits. Usually, he copes with these ghostly visions by ignoring them, but everything changes when he meets a beautiful woman named Roka. Now, Yatsuki, a normal Yatsuki's normal days have taken a notably abnormal turn as he finds himself the sole defender of a growing harem of supernatural and super sexy yokai girls. Well, I never said it was. Well, it is culture, I guess, but based on um the chapters I've read so far, um it's really interesting if you like monster stuff. So the reason I actually got this one is because I like Rosary Vampire, which is another manga I have. I also like yokai stuff in general for the monster stuff. So I also was planning on getting um Nura Rise of the Yokai Clan on DVD and also the manga. But now going to another cultured show. But and so just to let you know, the price of uh, of Yokai Girls is $12.99 in the U.S. and $15.99 in Canada. So however much Canadian dollars is, and also um I don't know how much it is in Japan, and it's made by Ghost Ship, the actual manga printer. It's from ghostshipmanga.com, and it's basically been serialized in America by Seven Seas Entertainment LLC. You can get this on Right Stuff, or you can get it at Barnes Noble or any local bookstore that sells manga, at least. But the only ones I know about is Right Stuff and Barnes and Noble, because Borders doesn't exist anymore. So the next show, the next one is an anime that I'll talk about. So with this one, they have 2 seasons. Okay, I have both seasons. The season is in an art box, and the season one is not in the art box. So, let's see. So it's this one. It's Infinite Stratos. Okay, so I'm gonna try to explain this one. So here's the back, and I'll show you the disc too while I'm at it. So it comes with a CCD that I've lost, but basically this is disc 1, and this is disc 2. So the main character, his name is Ichiko Orimura. So basically, I'm gonna read the back of it. So he's keeping the male end up, which makes sense. But can he keep up with the girls? 10 years ago, oh, I should have switched to actually the camera. I was just reading it, so probably don't want to look at me read. So it's just this. So it says 10 years ago, development of revolutionary Infinite Stratos powered exoskeleton changed the face of warfare forever. And the face it changed it to and the face it changed it to was a female one. As only girls could operate the new weapon systems. Needless to say, the fact hasn't gone down well with the male half of the population. So when 15-year-old Ichiko Orimura is suddenly discovered to be the first male with the ability to control an IS, he quickly finds himself being thrown to the she-wolves. Enrolled at the otherwise entirely female Infinite Stratos Academy by order of the Japanese government. Now it's one boy versus all the girls, and not about who who'll come out on top. It's about who survives the educational experience in Infinite Stratos Complete Collection. So basically, this show kind of reminds me of the show itself. They kind of spoiled the actual show a bit because of they showed the part of episode 13 um on the first episode. So he's basically so he ends up, if you're gonna watch it, I would still recommend watching it. I'm just gonna basically kind of, so his IIS is technically special because of, in episode 12, I think it was, during, like, when they fought the White Gospel. This is in season 1. He actually died, and he was brought back to life. That's just one spoiler. And then the other spoiler is and you find out this in like episode 7 or 8, I think it is. I don't remember the exact episode, but he actually, Hoki, who's the main character on the front cover, she gets a fourth generation IS. So and the only fourth generation IS was actually Ichika or Orimura's IS. So that's another spoiler, but you find it out at like season one. And in season two, I recommend reading the actual manga anyway, so because anime doesn't go into much detail. But basically, um Phantom Task is basically is basically is actually the one that kidnapped Ichigo when he went in to when basically he was in middle school, and in order to save him, his sister gave up the Mondo Grosso, which is a tournament to see who the strongest IS pilot is. But in turn, she had to become a teacher for the Germans for like 1 year, which happened. She met Laura Baldwig, etc., etc. So that's just not spoiling it of the major events. It's just talking about some of the spoilers. So just so watch with a grain of salt. Well, this with a grain of salt. So yeah, okay, and I can talk about season two for Infinite Shadows because I don't feel like getting that off the shelf. Because I'll do season two. Season two is pretty much the same exact plot, but they introduce a new character, Tatanashi, um, um, who happens to be um the actual the student council president, because in order to become the student council president, you have to be the strongest IS pilot at the IS Academy. So she's one of the strongest ones, and she has a IS called Mystic Lady. That's another spoiler. So if you plan on watching anime, watch it. It's still interesting. I'm just explaining some of the cooler points of it. Her like IS is pretty cool. Um, then there's the OVAs. They're kind of more aimed at fan service. Well, actually, the last one is aimed at fan service, while the first one is aimed at more seeing where he lived. Um, the first episode of season two, they go to a swimming pool. Stuff happens there. He's called a player, and then Casanova. But yeah, those are just some brief explanations. There are spoilers, so I'm not gonna go into the manga because most people wanna read the manga more than watching anime because you get more information. So I'm not gonna. I didn't explain Yokai Girls because of it's manga. I don't really spoil manga because manga are you with actually manga you have to I would recommend reading them yourself and getting down for like anime. You can still watch it even if the story has been told to like you, even though I didn't tell the whole actually story. And then I can talk about some light novels, but that's on another topics. But I really don't want to talk about light novels that much because of those are even more spoilers than actually manga, because manga it is somewhat done while the light novels are actually done. And if you read the light novels, then some of the stuff would already be actually be known. For example, um, for example, if you've watched, if you've read, um, example, oh, what's that show called? Um, in another world with my smartphone, I can talk about that one, not the light novel, but the actual anime. I can actually talk about because the anime is not even finished. But I'll just wrap it up with actually that one. I won't actually um tell what actually happens in the anime. I'll just tell you because this is not how the anime ends. I mean the light novel ends, but it's how the anime ends. The anime ends showing 9 girls. So and two, four, five of them you actually meet. Well, six actually, and the other three you actually don't meet in this inside of in like the anime because it is more kind of not because they kind of rushed it. So, but just watch it just in case you wanna watch it. I can leave links below to the my anime list for I mean not my anime. Yeah, my anime list for Infinite Stratos, Yokai Girls, and In Another World with my smartphone. I can leave links of those. You can check them out. This is just a shorter podcast episode that I would like to like do, and so I can try to get someone on here to like talk more about this stuff with, but I know someone, but I just have to figure out how to um set up calling on this computer so I can call their phone. So yeah, I hope you like that um first episode. If you wanna basically um if you wanna see more actually manga and I read the basic information of them off the back, or I can read them on my anime list. Just tell me. Because if you want to hear the full synapse or plot of the show, I can read that. Or if you want to just hear what the back of the book says, or back of the anime, because I have over 400 anime discs to actually do this for, and so I can basically do two anime each if it's something like. There's some stuff on my shelf I haven't actually watched yet, but basically and I will just avoid that if I haven't watched it, or if I haven't watched it in a while, I'll look it up and explain what it is. So, and for like manga, which is if you want a separate manga one, it'll just be a little bit slower because of it'll be the manga one would be actually done a bit faster because I only have a couple manga. For example, I have Yokai Girls, which I just did, Valak's Love, Sankareya, Rotary Vampire, and Venus versus Virus, and Fooly Cooly. Those are the only manga I actually have in this room right now. I do have more. It's, for example, Shungo Chara, and also The Gray Man. Those are some I actually have in another room on another shelf because the shelf is getting kind of full. So, and if you want to, and I can actually read multi-disc episodes, disc series of the back. I don't. I'm just asking if you want to see actually the multi-disc series. So yeah, if you do, then just tell me. So thanks for watching the the podcast, and like, subscribe, and hit the notification button, I guess. Yeah. So, uh thanks for watching. Bye.